morning all, back out again with RB. We're on this. This is a Royal Alloy GT125. Very similar looking to the old Lambrettas, Piaggios, Vespas. What a great bike these were when they came out, and obviously they've got newer models out now. The only downside to this is tiny little bars on it, typical scooter, and it's got the old classic 10-inch wheels on it. So when these first come out, these were a massive seller, and then obviously due to COVID, parts are really hard to get hold of. Couldn't get any parts for love or money, and these were prone, and I'm not going to pull any punches on the Royal Alloy, these were prone to these speedos packing up. Well, you'd be going along and your bike would be saying it's doing 99 miles an hour, and when you're doing 30, absolutely prone to it. But there's loads of aftermarket extras for this. This has got a Tasso exhaust on it, so hence why it sounds so loud. But clocks used to play up on them all the time, and we had loads when we were selling them. The clocks packed up. Right, let's get on to the main supplier. Can't get clocks for at least 6 months, and of course customers got the ump, and obviously with COVID and everything you couldn't get the parts out of China, and the idea of the main dealer, you get onto them, they go, well, what are we meant to do? Clocks are on the way. Well, you'd phone up a month's time, are the clocks on the way yet? Don't know, we've had no update. You'd phone them again in 2 months time, you've got an irate customer and waited 2 months for my clocks. Sorry, but we've had no updates on clocks. What are we meant to do? Well, give us the main dealer's number. So of course all the customers are phoning the importer and supplier of these and getting the ump. Their answer to it: let's shut the phone lines down. No customers are allowed to call. Dealers are only allowed to call between 10 and 4 every day. We're not taking any more calls, and we're not dealing with anything. So hence a lot of dealers parted company with the Royal Alloy supplier, because it was absolutely dismal for a supplier to be treating its dealers like that. So we parted company as well, which was unfortunate because we sold a lot of Royal Alloys, but the backup from the dealership was absolutely abysmal. And they're getting better, but obviously you go and say something to them and it's like, well, what am I meant to do about it? Alright. And with the clocks on these, it was the speedo sender. It wasn't the clocks that were playing up, it was the speedo sender, and this one was doing it recently. And we did say to the customer, it's got an issue with the clocks. We go round the speed bumps. Look at the little scooty behind me. Little 125 scooty tucked in behind me. So we said to the customer, got an issue with the clocks. Could be the clock, could be the speedo sender. So we did the I did a little bit of electrical diagnosis and had a look through. Done all my scope tests, and it showed the speedo sender was actually giving a signal. Great, okay, it's going to be the clocks. Change the clocks, same thing. Oh great, so it is the speedo sender. And when we investigated further, there was a short on the speedo sender causing the LED to pack up. That's one thing you've got to watch out for. Check your speedo sender. You can plug the clock in and it'd work. As soon as you plug the speedo sender in, it would short it out. Let's go over the pothole this time. Oh, go over the road bump this time. There we go. Decent bit of suspension on these. It's got a little aftermarket screen as well, makes it look a little bit more retro. But these are a fantastic bike to ride. And loads of people in the scooter clubs have all got Royal Alloys, and they're a fantastic machine if the dealership would get their finger out and sort out the spare parts quicker. But that's just Royal Alloy for you. Now obviously there is a rival version called the Scamadi, which is just as good, but obviously they're both exactly the same, just slightly different. But for all intensive purposes, we shall stop there. What's Makey boy doing? Is he going? Is he stopping? What the hell you stopped on the roundabout for? Numpties everywhere. It's school run time then. But it's a great little scooter. It's retro. The engine is absolutely sound as a pound on one of these. Lovely bike, and it rides beautiful. Really does ride beautiful. It's just that the spare parts are so hard to get hold of. But there's loads of parts, it's just getting hold of them, and obviously they're orders out of China. It's still delayed, but we managed to get the parts pretty darn quick for this. New speedo sender on the front. Checked it all out. It actually shows what speed I'm doing correctly, which is brilliant. So this is a quick test ride, because obviously this one is sold. Quick test ride for customer. See the bike being ridden, but it's absolutely faultless now. Now that we've rectified that little problem with the clocks, all good. Nice loud horn, indicators very easy, and it's got the typical setup that you would have on the Honda, so the indicators down the bottom and the horn above. So that is the one thing you've got to make sure that you obviously go for the indicators, not the horn, when you're turning. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. Different setup to everything else, and you are going left. That's what I thought, you'd be in the left-hand lane. But for puttering around and doing your long runs, it's great, and a lot of people have got these. Can't fault them. Just that the spares backup's useless, and the main dealer is, well, exactly the same. And a purr, lovely. And it's got oodles of this is great. Stick a Parker on and a little bit of Booker T in the MGs with some green onions. Yeah, anyway, I want to do that for music copyright. Ride test completed. Little Royal Alloy 125 GT, and it looks the part with all its little alley trims, and really does look good, and it feels great as well. So test ride complete, back to the garage. I will get to have my cup of coffee now that I've done my second test ride and I've got all the bikes out. So whatever you're doing, be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's a big goodbye from me.